All right, John, so we're at one of your three facilities in Findlay, Ohio. Tell me about it.
This was the second facility that I bought. So it would have been end of 19. Just over 13,000 square feet. Have a shared drive. This one probably did the most improvements too, now that I think about it. There were some major mold issues in units. In fact, I think I have some pictures where some chairs were left. The chairs were just completely full of mold. So the past owner didn't fix roof leaks. That was the main culprit. Roof leaks. I thought it was, I went down and punched different paths. Ended up finding out that it was roof leaks. One of my best friends from when I was a kid is a roofer, owns a roofing company. So I had him fix those, knock on wood. We haven't had any issues in probably a couple of years. Didn't need to, but I did end up painting the exterior. The doors were green, walls were gray. It was the best way to describe it, like booger green, like everything. And the doors were like, I don't even know, rose-colored pink. It was awful looking. I probably could charge the same amount in rent as I do now if I wouldn't have painted. I do think it looks better now. And actually one of my best friends owns a painting company in town, so I figured I'd give him a little bit of work and he cut me a deal. So it was worth it, but I get asked a lot, should I paint my facility? The answer is it depends. You're probably not going to make any more money off of it, but I get it. In fact, the facility I bought today, one of them, I'm probably going to have painted just because there's paint flaking everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, added some lights, cameras, got the gate working. And I can show you what we did with this facility. Came with, I don't even know, 70 keys. Every single door and garage door had a key, different key. So if someone rented garage door 2, they got a key. They had to come meet the guy, got a key. These doors right here are individual units. You can see we have to change some of them out because they've been renters for over 4 years. But we started changing them out to these keypads. So when someone moves out, they get a code for that. Or when they move in, they get a code. And then there's hallways too. We can go in some of these. These hallways have interior units. It's not climate controlled, but the interior units.
So these are battery powered, right?
Battery powered, yep.
And how long do the batteries last?
So, knock on wood, I haven't changed any yet in almost 4 years, 3 years. So yeah, someone rents a unit, they get the code to this door, or one of the doors for the hallways, and then the door will be unlocked. These look like they're all rented right now, and they just move their stuff in. So, this one's a little bit different. Was built late 70s. Yeah, it's different.
Yeah. So with those keypads, do you have to like reset it manually on site? There's not like some computer somewhere where you can
it's all on
remotely
site.
Okay.
So if you're, I don't want to tell anybody that's renting here, but if you rent number 6, your code for the outside door is the same. So this person moves out, the next person has the same code for the outdoor. But at the end of the day, someone can get in here. Mm-hmm. You're still dealing with, one, I've got cameras in every single hallway.
Yeah.
I know what's coming and going with the gate code too, and units are locked. So
how big did you say these units were?
They're all over the place. This one's like a 4x5.
Okay.
This one's probably like 8x10. We have some bigger ones, maybe 16x10. It's probably the biggest.
Was this not originally built as a storage facility? Like, why are they so?
I believe it was.
Okay.
Late 70s.
They just kind of randomly picked oddball numbers for them?
Yeah, this facility is very random.
In terms of all your facilities, is this a good moneymaker? Like, is this a good performing facility?
Yeah, I've milked some cash out of it, done the cash out refi. It's still performing well. Hmm? It's over 95% occupied. Mm-hmm. I think right now in February, we only have 3 units available maybe. We'll call it 140 units. Okay. It's a good moneymaker. It's a good location. Yeah. Location matters. Not necessarily from the road. Mm-hmm. Most people, I grew up in this town. I had no idea this building was here. But people don't rent by driving by units for the most part. Mm-hmm. They rent by Google Maps.
Yeah. So road visibility really doesn't matter at all for this facility.
Yeah. In fact,
because it has none.
Yeah, I paid for a pylon sign to be installed. Well, not installed, but new face.
Mm-hmm.
I think I spent like 10 grand or something on that, and you can't even see it.
Where is it? Can I see it from
Right
here?
there.
Oh, okay.
So
That's
yeah,
the back side of it right there.
it's the other side. It's pretty. It looks nice, but I'm probably the only one that's ever even looked at it. So it wasn't worth it, but looks better than what was up there before.
Yeah, this makes me think of like a storage facility conversion. Because this, I mean, this could be any old building. Like it almost kind of looks like it was something else, and then that was converted to a storage facility.
It's possible. Talking to the old owner, he thought has always been storage, but yeah, it could technically be anything. I mean, it could be an auto body shop.
So when you bought this thing, you added cameras to it, right? Those weren't there before?
Correct. He did have cameras. In fact, some older ones are up there, but I added call it 4 or 5 of them outside, and then every hallway has them too. So I can see every corner of everything in this facility.
Mm-hmm. What kind of camera system do you use?
This one is Reolink. It's kind of changed. I've gone by whatever my camera installer suggests.
Do people park cars in there?
From what I know, none of these have cars. And I've actually only been in one of these. Knock on wood, we have very few turnovers with these garages. And I think we have 6 to 8 garages. I do know one guy's moving out into this month. But yeah, in 3.5 years, I've had 0 turnover until this month.
Wow, so you haven't even been in most of these units.
I've been in one of these. Yeah, I have been in. So we're gonna have to figure something out when this guy moves out. 1, find the key for that door, and 2, find a way to automate it. Because yeah, it's key. I don't know how we're gonna do that. Haven't really thought about it yet.
Have you ever thought about the Janus Noke? Like, would that make sense in this kind of place, just given all the keypads you already have there?
I definitely did. I looked at it before I got my own keypads here, and the price just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
It would have been great, but it just didn't make sense. I spent, we'll call it $1,000 on these, maybe a little bit more. Janus, who knows?
I had the same dilemma. I also thought it was awesome, but the price was just, I'm sure it makes sense at some point, but with the kind of place that I was putting together, it just didn't make sense. But
new builds is where, well, it depends. If you're in a big city, new build, Class A, makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, something like this in a smaller town, to me, doesn't make sense.
Your other locations, they're not in Findlay. Are they somewhere else in Ohio? Or?
Yeah, so I've got 3 in Findlay. Then they're all scattered throughout Ohio. They're all within about an hour of Columbus.
Okay. And you don't necessarily need to physically be there that often, or even your managers. Like how often?
Yeah, no. In fact, in Findlay, and I try to make it back to Findlay as the most because I still have family here, friends. But I come here, we'll call it 4 or 5 times a year, and it's literally a drive-through and I'm out and I'm going to see family or friends. My other facilities, there's one I haven't been to in probably a year. I enjoy going to the facilities, but when I do, it's drive-through and I'm out.
Are there any horror stories that you have that are worth sharing?
Yeah, 100%. Actually, this one had a guy living in a back unit back there, and it's a big unit. A few months after I took over the facility, he was living there. We'll call it for a year and a half. Couldn't get him out. It's kind of all over the place. Just he would text us through our software, and he would text pages, so that you could tell there's something off there. I did my best to navigate it. Finally, I did a cash for keys type of deal, and was like, "Hey, I'll give you a free rent this month and give you some money just to move out." He did, and now I know he's moved to another facility of an owner that I know.
Oh, really?
They're trying to get him out.
Oh, my
word. Hopefully he doesn't try to move back into one of my facilities here, but yeah, that weighed on me a lot because he was in. So our gates automatically lock at 9 p.m. Whether you're inside or out. He would get locked inside here all the time. 9:01, 9:02, he'd get locked in, and then text us or call us and try to get out. And that was when we did have a call center, but the call center, their hours, I believe, stopped at 9 p.m. So anything after 9, the voicemails came to me. The management company I have now is open until 11 p.m., so I don't have to worry about that stuff. But yeah, that was not a fun time for sure. It weighed on me a lot.
Is there anything you can do? Like, you don't screen people before they rent from you, right? Like anybody who has a driver's license, credit card, like, is that all they need?
Yeah, if you rent online, you don't have to. I think we do require driver's license, but other than that, Yeah, insurance too. But yeah, anyone can rent. Doesn't matter who you are.
And doesn't matter what they store here. Like they could store hazardous chemicals or weapons or
in our
who
lease
knows
it
what.
says they can't.
Okay.
So legally we're protected. But yeah, I'm sure there are things that I would not like to know that are in these. That's another reason why I don't watch the cameras. Not that I don't want to know, but I kind of don't want to know.
Yeah. Yeah, at our new facility, I don't know how much you have to deal with this, probably not because they're existing, but we had to put these firewalls every so often, which is just like, why? Like it's a metal building. And it's like, what is going to start on fire that's going to melt metal? But I started looking into it more and understanding the code that we had to use. And basically, the type of firewall that we have, somebody could store a bucket of rocket fuel in there. Just some ridiculous example that's obviously highly flammable. And in that kind of extreme scenario, that's when this kind of firewall would make sense. It still feels kind of dumb. It's, tens of thousands of dollars I have to spend on these firewalls. Yeah, I guess it's situations like that when you just don't know what people are putting in there and how dangerous it is.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like purchase contract. Anytime a lawsuit happens, it's more red tape. Yeah, it's crazy. One of the facilities that I bought, the owner told me, we'll call it 3,000 feet, caught on fire. The guy was storing beans, supposedly, and the beans somehow caught on fire.
Really?
Because it was so hot out. How that happened?
I don't know. Beans are flammable.
Me either. And it happened at night, so it's not like it was even middle of the day. So who knows? But yeah, people store stuff that I'm sure there's gas tanks in here, and they're not supposed to, but they do.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the tour. This one, Jon, looks good to me. I like the paint job.
Yeah.
I wish I could have seen the pictures before.
I have some pictures. It looks like a prison camp. It was interesting.
Well, it kind of looks like that now, just a happy, cheery prison camp, right?
Yeah, right.
No.
It's not as bad, yeah.
Cool, man. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
You bet.